Hello, and welcome to ACI's State of the Association. This is Melissa Hochstad, ACI's President and CEO. As I reflect on the first part of 2021, I continue to be so proud of the cleaning products value chain. Our industry positively impacts people's lives each and every day. And this fact has been demonstrated day in and day out as we wind our way through the COVID-19 pandemic. When I look around the country, a lot has changed in the last several months. Over 170 million Americans have been vaccinated against COVID-19. The US is opening up again, and people are visiting with family, friends, and loved ones that they haven't seen in over a year. And when I reflect on where we are and where we are headed, I feel a sense of hope, a sense of optimism. And for me, it's inspiring. As an industry and as your trade association, we've used this last year to truly seize the positive momentum we built upon last year. We know that cleaning is critical, and there continues to be a high need and demand for our products and our industry. As ACI, we have used that momentum to drive us forward with sharp focus on where we need to go thanks to clear priorities. We continue to be stronger, nimbler, and bolder. And what does that mean? It means strategically engaging with stakeholders. It means leading proactive advocacy efforts on behalf of the industry. It means taking bold sustainability action. And it means being the voice of the industry, a voice that strengthens public confidence and trust. Everything we do is connected to our strategy, connected to our members, and connected to the success of our industry. Connections are critical, especially in light of the new Biden administration. We started off the year with a new president, new leadership on Capitol Hill, and new leadership at various regulatory agencies. And we even started off the year with new board leadership at ACI. An important element of success is connections with the new leadership and with those who can impact our industry. On President Biden's first day in office, we reached out to connect with him on our industry's top priorities, including our work tied to public health, our work with key agencies, and our dedication to ensuring that consumers and customers have access to critical cleaning products. A significant focus this year has been to enhance regulatory connections with new agency leadership. This has ensured that ACI has been out in front on regulatory issues impacting our industry. ACI has focused its strategic engagement with four key regulatory corners: the Food and Drug Administration, the Environmental Protection Agency, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, and the Consumer Product Safety Commission. Engagement and connection with the Environmental Protection Agency is critical, and many new officials hit the ground running this year. In the last few months, our team has met with top agency representatives, including Dr. Michal Friedhoff, the Acting Assistant Administrator at the Office of Chemical Safety and Pollution Prevention, as well as directors and deputies from the Office of Pollution Prevention and Toxics and the Office of Pesticide Programs. We discussed one of the Chemical Safety Office's top areas of focus: to examine the first 10 TSCA risk evaluations, including which ones will be supplemented or updated, and which ones will proceed to rulemaking. We shared details on the critical work we have done on the manufacturing byproduct 1,4 dioxane, which is one of the first 10 priority chemicals currently being re-reviewed by EPA. We talked about what's next in this space and ACI's important efforts. Specific to Safer Choice, EPA welcomed ACI's strong support for this program. EPA is embarking on an effort to restore funding for the program in the new appropriations cycle, and we know how important this program is to many of our members. ACI and EPA leadership also have discussed disinfectant matters, including List N, as well as the new administration's increased focus on climate. We also are engaging with other offices at EPA, including the Office of Water, to talk about significant enhancements to our iStream tool, which estimates the concentration of a chemical that goes down the drain and residual levels that subsequently enter the aquatic environment. ACI is scheduled to meet regularly with EPA officials throughout the year, and these engagements allow ACI to drive action and results on issues that matter most to our members. Moving on to our work in the topical antiseptic space, this continues to be a significant area of focus for the association. We continue to work closely with FDA, and in the first half of 2021 have stepped up our engagement and connection with FDA on several hand sanitizer matters. First is regarding quality and safety concerns that we believe should lead FDA to withdraw temporary hand sanitizer guidance. ACI and the Consumer Healthcare Products Association called on FDA to withdraw its temporary guidance for the manufacturing of alcohol-based hand sanitizer products. The hand sanitizer supply has stabilized to meet demand, and the market has now become oversaturated with hand sanitizers manufactured under FDA's temporary policy. We recommended that FDA promptly withdraw the temporary policy and require alcohol-based hand sanitizer manufacturing that is not in compliance to stop. ACI also is pressing FDA to clarify policies on labeling and refilling practices involving hand sanitizers. We've expressed concerns related to the new, increasingly widespread practice of providing hand sanitizers to consumers in public settings that are often sold in bulk and used to fill existing dispensers, which can create a serious risk to public health and safety. In a separate letter, ACI expressed its member concerns about hand sanitizer products in the market for manufacturers that do not comply with applicable regulatory requirements. These products are potentially misleading to consumers and harmful to the industry's reputation. ACI is hopeful that FDA will take appropriate enforcement action to prevent non-compliant companies from further disseminating false and misleading claims. We are regularly connecting and engaging with FDA about these issues to ensure that safe and effective products are on the market. Exemplifying ACI's commitment to addressing public challenges to key products and ingredients is part of our DNA. As you know, last fall, we launched a new Tiger team specific to disinfectants and quaternary ammonium compounds, or QUATs, as we all know them. We brought together a team of member company technical and communication experts to provide ACI staff with a rapid response on disinfectant matters. This year, the team developed new educational materials around disinfecting and disinfectants, and the new content is geared toward better understanding common disinfectant ingredients. Our focus is to provide an informed, science-based yet understandable perspective of how these products are used safely and effectively every day. And that perspective is key as we've increased our engagement with the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. The CDC in April issued updated guidance on how to clean and disinfect surfaces to prevent the spread of COVID-19. Unfortunately, there were misleading headlines and media stories about CDC's guidance after it was released. Given the fact that ACI has a productive, long-standing working relationship with CDC through our Healthy Schools, Healthy People program, we wanted to thoughtfully convey our concerns over the confusion that emerged since the issuance of their updated guidance for COVID-19. We've met with CDC and EPA leadership to share our concerns, raise important questions about the guidance, and offer our willingness to be a resource for the agencies as they work on other updates to cleaning and disinfecting guidelines. In the meantime, ACI continues to have monthly meetings with CDC staff in support of the Healthy Schools, Healthy People program, focused on promoting hand washing and cleaning practices for the school community at large. As you know, ACI is the go-to place for laundry safety and proper liquid laundry packet usage. Proper storage and use of all cleaning products is a daily practice that can help prevent accidents in the home, and knowledge is key to the prevention of injury. As part of our ongoing engagement with the Consumer Product Safety Commission, we recently met with leadership from CPSC, including Acting Chairman Robert Adler and members of his staff. The focus of our meeting was to discuss ACI's latest liquid laundry packet work, including current activities regarding the ASTM LLP standard, as well as the Packets Up educational program. Not only does the data show that the ASTM standard and Packets Up program are working, we also use the meeting as an opportunity to talk about recent outreach, including news and social media efforts, our Store Not Decor campaign focused on keeping packets inside the original container, a new safety video highlighting product benefits and proper safety practices for parents and caregivers. We also confirmed opportunities for future engagement and to continue as a resource to CPSC. ACI's engagement and relationships with key agencies are critical to positively shape the regulatory environment, which helps to accelerate growth and innovation across the cleaning products industry. ACI has continued its attention on other critical issues impacting the industry and continued our focus on a relentless push for common sense solutions. So first, let's talk 1,4-dioxane. As you know, ACI is front and center in New York. As cleaning product and detergent manufacturers await implementation of New York State's law that would ban trace concentrations of 1,4-dioxane, ACI is working on a number of levels to address the interests of our member companies. We have met the New York Department of Environmental Conservation at every turn. We've had multiple meetings with Governor Cuomo's staff to press ACI member concerns. We've provided key comments to DEC on the agency's regulatory implementation plans, including the waiver process and product sell-through. ACI also is leading and finalizing the development of a critical testing protocol to measure 1,4-dioxane at low concentrations in complex matrices, such as formulated cleaning products. We are creating tools that can be used for years to come. The bottom line is that ACI is highly engaged in New York on behalf of our members. We are still fighting. The issue is active and one we will continue to focus on in the year ahead. ACI continues to be more strategic and more forward-thinking in the government affairs space. With the strong support of our board of directors, this spring ACI made several enhancements to take our government affairs efforts to the next level. We've added 2 new government affairs teammates. Matt Basinius is our new Director of Government Affairs, and Matt will focus on federal issues including ACI's Ingredient Communication Initiative and manage other legislative matters impacting the industry. Brennan Giorgiani is our new Director of State Government Affairs. He'll be responsible for the development and implementation of ACI's state government affairs advocacy and policy strategy, and we are thrilled to now have a full government affairs team in place. Specific to our number 1 issue, ingredient communication, ACI remains focused on engaging policymakers regarding the need for federal ingredient communication policy. A growing patchwork of disparate state policies is overly burdensome for our members and can lead to consumer confusion in the marketplace. We have recently retained the consulting firm Finsbury Glover Herring to work with us on a comprehensive public affairs campaign centered on raising awareness of the ingredient transparency issue. We are engaged in the halls of Congress. And additionally, the ACI Future Leaders Group continues to do amazing ingredient communication research and work with a focus on consumer-facing ingredient function nomenclature. They are leading efforts to conduct and source empathetic research to understand consumer needs around product decision-making. They are building bridges amongst industry, governmental, and non-governmental organizations to exchange consumer-centric information and foster collaborative responses to meet consumer needs. All of our ingredient communication work is linked and needed to establish the proactive legislative advocacy that our members need and want, and to gain passage of federal ingredient communication policy. Let's switch gears to talk about sustainability. When we talk about sustainability, it's about our connection with the planet Earth and uniting for a cleaner world. ACI continues to push forward with our commitment to define and drive impactful industry action to foster and shape a sustainable future. We want to unite our supply chain to take action around a shared sustainability vision through increasing transparency, reducing emissions, valuing nature, and contributing positively by extending our collective impact in support of the UN Sustainable Development Goals. We must move forward with bold action and focus. It's an industry imperative. We have activated several exciting initiatives to drive us forward. On the climate front, ACI praised a decision by President Biden earlier this year to re-enter the US into the Paris Climate Agreement, the global pact forged 5 years ago by nearly 200 nations. The scientific consensus is clear. Tackling climate change is essential for a sustainable future. We know our industry must help lead the way to a clean and vibrant future. ACI recognizes the urgent need to hold global average temperature in accordance with scientific consensus. As such, ACI has challenged cleaning product manufacturers and chemical producers to take action by aligning their climate strategies and goals with the need to limit the global temperature rise to 1.5 degrees C or less by reaching net zero global emissions by 2050. In May, ACI released an updated ambition and roadmap to outline additional details in achieving our goal of confronting global average temperature rise by accounting for and reducing greenhouse gas emissions across our value chain. As a first step in support of the ambition, 15 ACI members have committed to ACI's climate challenge, sending a clear signal to our industry as to what leadership looks like in the space of climate action. This year, ACI also unveiled an ambitious circular packaging roadmap. As part of the cleaning product supply chain's commitment to a more circular economy, ACI announced a new roadmap for sustainable packaging. Our ambition for the industry is for all cleaning product packaging to be circular. The roadmap for reaching this ambition includes a drive towards improving packaging design by ensuring packaging is recyclable or reusable, reducing virgin material use, and increasing post-consumer recycled or renewably sourced content. To help our members reach the circular packaging ambition, ACI released a design guide for recyclable packaging this spring. And as sustainability continues to evolve, we won't rest on our laurels. We will challenge members by driving specific actions connected to each goal. We will be honest brokers to transparently and accurately convey our progress, and we will drive action. Another important element of connection is ACI's connection through communications. ACI is the voice of the cleaning products industry, a voice that strengthens public confidence and trust. As part of that commitment to confidence and trust, this year ACI joined the National Blue Ribbon Task Force to stem COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy. ACI was among a select group of organizations asked to join this nationwide effort aimed at reducing vaccine hesitancy affecting the nation's most vulnerable communities. The National Blue Ribbon Task Force was organized by the Creative Coalition and the Yale University School of Public Health. It brought together influencers and leaders in the US from the entertainment industry, Fortune 500 companies, academia, medicine, and more. And being a part of this campaign made sense for ACI. Cleaning, hygiene, and disinfecting products have been essential in helping to curb the spread of COVID-19. And the campaign gave us another platform to speak up on behalf of the industry and our role on the public health front. 2020 demonstrated on a global level we are much more than products on shelves or ingredients in bottles. We are an industry that puts people first, and it's our connection and commitment to others that truly matters. ACI is very proud to have introduced Cleaning is Caring this spring, a new campaign to communicate the value of cleaning in today's society as a way to protect one another from the spread of illness and encourage consumers to maintain proper cleaning behaviors adopted during the pandemic. This initiative brings to life the relationship between cleaning and caring and how the combination got us through the last year and how it'll move us forward. Cleaning is Caring integrates a number of our current programs and acts as a springboard to build upon our efforts with our messaging, convening, thought leadership, and positive influence. At the centerpiece of the campaign is a national public service announcement, which serves as a primary vehicle to carry the Cleaning is Caring message. The PSA, which was distributed nationally, provides a retrospective of 2020, demonstrating the role cleaning and cleaning products played during the pandemic, and delivering a clear call to action to maintain cleaning behaviors learned during the last year. As an industry, this narrative also represents our commitment to producing, manufacturing, and distributing the trusted products we rely on every day. And it is our promise to continue to embody the Cleaning is Caring message through every facet of our work. It ties to everything we do, whether it's new tools and materials to help schools and businesses as they continue to open, whether it's new resources on ingredient communication, like our How to Read a Cleaning Product label, or a new online portal that concisely showcases where to find information about ingredients and products. We are here to educate. The Cleaning is Caring program unites our communications programs and is our springboard to do even more for the industry. 2020 set a new watermark for ACI's communications and outreach success. In 2021, we have built off of the momentum, public confidence, and trust we grew last year. We did this by educating on cleaning product health and safety benefits, such as through benchmarking studies, surveys, and strategic outreach pushes, all while remaining agile to respond to pandemic-related news. We did this by strategically engaging with top-tier media, and we did this through our thought leadership platform to recognize ACI expertise and efforts, such as corporate social responsibility, innovation, and more. And the bottom line is we did this through smart and targeted efforts. On the media front, ACI is the go-to source. Recent media included Happy, Consumer Reports, Real Simple, Chicago Tribune, and PR Week. We have been showcased on various TV news stations throughout the country. ACI's social media reach this year, including Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, is over 115 million. And across all communications coverage, we've had a reach over 2 billion. Those are real numbers with real impact. As we look to the second half of the year, on the communications front, we're expanding our integrated work through ACI's Cleaning is Caring campaign. We're launching 2 new toolkits with important advice on cleaning and disinfecting, targeting 2 new audiences, daycare and childcare centers and college students. With feedback provided by the CDC, we're launching a brand new Healthy Schools, Healthy People website to provide important information on hygiene and cleaning for schools across the country. And this fall, we will hold our second Discover Cleaning Summit with Good Housekeeping, which will embrace the Cleaning is Caring theme. And we will continue to be the voice of the cleaning products industry in the days and months ahead. Switching gears to our regulatory and technical work, we have a lot planned for the second half of the year. On the topical antiseptics front, we will continue to engage with FDA on the temporary hand sanitizer policies, OTC monograph reform, and continue to fill data gaps. We also will be busy with our disinfectants work and ongoing Tiger Team efforts. Our Tiger Team is expanding its messaging library to include a more in-depth range of questions and answers regarding the use of disinfecting products. The messaging is in development and will be available to members later this year. In addition, ACI has formed an agreement with the Household and Commercial Products Association and the American Chemistry Council's Center for Biocide Chemistries to work in tandem wherever possible on regulatory issues and science communications on disinfectants. Specific to PVOH communications, since the publication of the AISE paper in Europe on the biodegradability of polyvinyl acetate films used in detergent packets, ACI members are developing a variety of communications pieces to highlight the findings of this paper. A white paper, FAQ page, and infographic are underway to help consumers and customers better understand the environmental fate of these films and the considerations that are made in their development to enhance solubility and biodegradation. Next up is our leadership through our Microbial Cleaning Products Task Force. ACI is the sole industry organization representing microbial cleaning products. We are developing a consumer education strategy and driving towards industry alignment on a framework for safety assessments, so more to follow. And last but certainly not least will be our increased regulatory engagement with EPA. We will continue our focus on various priority areas, including disinfectants, safer choice, and TSCA. We also are planning a strategy to promote ACI's online in-stream environmental exposure model, iStream, to various EPA offices and other related agencies. On the government affairs front, we will continue our focus on ingredient communication. We are conducting a robust analysis of the current public awareness of this issue, including auditing our current messaging, conducting focus groups with conscious consumers and DC policy elites, and confirming key influencers on this topic. By incorporating this research into both strategic communications and traditional lobbying, ACI intends to soften the ground to ultimately settle on a single nationwide policy. On the state side, we are planning to expand state engagement given the growing activity in state legislatures that our industry has seen, such as packaging and ingredient disclosure measures. Our focus is to be the best resource for industry as the number of bills we see in states continues to grow year after year. Specific to chemical management, this issue continues to increase as an emerging issue in state legislative activity. ACI is looking forward at what the next regulated chemical could be as consumers continue to be more interested in what's in their products. We will continue to help our state-based resources so they are prepared and responsive to any proposed bills on chemicals the cleaning products industry uses for formulation. Across our government affairs efforts, we are connecting throughout the organization with members and with other critical stakeholders to move our priority issues forward. When I think about connection, I think about the ACI Convention, and I am thrilled that the 2022 annual meeting and industry convention will be held in person. The event will take place January 31st through February 5th, 2022 at Grand Lakes Orlando in Orlando, Florida. In talking with members, there is a pent-up demand to meet again in person with customers, suppliers, and colleagues. And I know we miss seeing each other in person and not through the computer screen. When the 2022 convention rolls around, leading companies throughout the cleaning product supply chain will be ready to meet again across the table in one place at one time. And we will connect and unite for a cleaner world. As I noted earlier, I feel hope and optimism as I see the light at the end of the tunnel. Each of us has navigated tremendous challenges over the last year, and we've been successful. I have 3 asks of you as we look ahead and to continue that positive momentum. Number 1, stay connected. ACI knows that we can only succeed through the commitment and active engagement of and connection with our member companies. For those of you that are actively involved in ACI, I say thank you. For those of you who want to get more involved, let's make it happen. It is more critical than ever before that your company's voice is heard at the table. That is how members maximize value at ACI. And at the end of the day, an association is only as strong as its member companies. Number 2, be open to new ideas. With ACI's ongoing transformation, we cannot and will not be satisfied with business as usual. And number three, amplify the messaging. As ACI continues to share effective and critical messaging, I ask that you share that messaging with your stakeholders and audiences. And since sharing is a two-way street, I also ask that you share the great things you are doing with us at ACI so we can amplify those messages. ACI represents the front line and the backbone of the cleaning product supply chain. We bring together leaders who deliver products and solutions that advance health and quality of life of people and protect our planet. And I am proud of our industry and what we do every single day. And here at ACI, we will continue to deliver for you and our industry at large. Together, we will continue to make a positive impact with our consumers, customers, coworkers, and communities around the world. Thank you.